Hi guys, how you doing? Andy here. Right, three card tarot in this reading for the sign of Aries. A little bit different this week. I'm going to use a different deck, the Radiant Rider-Waite, and we'll get some more cards for significance as we go along. But I'm shuffling now, asking for that first card for the sign of Aries, and what we have is the Empress. Ah, now then, that's a nice position to be in, is it not, Aries? I do feel a certain amount of kind of deciding things, and I do feel a great need for groundedness as I look at this card, actually. But there she is. She's pretty much the mistress of all she surveys. She's full of fertility, so there's a good strong chance of love growing and becoming a lot more abundant. Not just love, actually, could be a lot of things, but I think we're more or less on the subject of the heart here. This is very feminine energy. It is, of course, also fluid energy, guys. So these readings are really in the realms of different strokes for different folks, but she's number 3. She's the major arcana, so she's serious. She's all about you, really. And this is being open. This is actually being ready to let things in, ready to let things happen. Really, really positive card. Look at the golden corn there, and just all the floral patterns on her dress there, and the green, verdant abundance, and the golden light all around her head as well. This is extremely positive, Aries. It's not the brightest coloured card, even though it's got all those wonderful colours in it. And so, maybe things aren't looking totally great yet. That's really could be an issue. It really could be. But very feminine energy indeed. Yeah, and we've got the symbol of Venus indicated there as well. So, feminine energy everywhere, and actually very powerful, very close when Venus comes into it, because Venus is one of our closest neighbours, the other one being Mercury, I think, is it? Or who knows? That's something else. That's something completely different. Anyway, let's ask for some more significance. I'm going to turn now to messages from your animal guides, and we will say, tell us some more, please, about the Empress in this reading for the sign of Aries, which I'm doing late June 2019, but the best time to watch these, folks, is whenever you're drawn to watch them. Okay, so having a good old shuffle here. Oh, and one's just kind of dropped out, so I guess that's the one to go with. Let's put them out of the way for now. And it is the Kiwi. Do a walking meditation each day for the next week. Is that a walking? Yes, it is. I sometimes think it might say a waking meditation, and I got it wrong. But there we go. Now, Kiwi here is against a clear blue sky, and we can see the green of abundance all around it. We can actually see a lot of light up in the top as well, as if the sun's really shining on this situation. But Kiwi is framed by this thick blue lined kind of square around it. And so there is a need to escape, and this is why I was thinking about the need for groundedness, actually. Also, that there's a feeling of a need to make decisions. Maybe not so much decisions as a straightforward choice. This Kiwi could do with just walking forward, and then it would be away from this dark blue frame. But that dark blue is very much the colour of lapis lazuli, which is a stone of spiritual connection, if ever there was one. Possibly the most powerful one that's in kind of common everyday use. A great stone of connection. So Kiwi really, to be able to kind of breathe and be what it is, needs to actually take in some of the divine inspiration that's coming. So it's around you, Aries, and it would be really with this card. And so just about everything's around you. It's hard to imagine anything that isn't around you in this card. Oh, excuse me, I'm going all gruff and gravelly. Right. Healing cup colour today. I thought it was needed. And a change of backdrop, because it's always good to keep it interesting, is it not? Okay, let's move on then and ask for the next card, the next tarot card in this 3-card tarot spread for the sign of Aries in June 2019, or whenever you're watching it, which is fine. Okay, now then. Okay, sometimes don't shuffle all that well. Sometimes I drop them around the place a bit. Now we're getting places now. Okay, what have we got for Aries, please? And it's the 4 of Cups, guys. Right, so we're into Cups energy here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Different strokes for different folks, but particularly if we're looking at love or relationships, and actually possibly work-life relationships as well here. Those are the signs that are going to be significant. It's a little bit different for everybody, is it not? But this character is quite blissful, really, almost asleep, under this wonderful tree, which is full of life, and this amazing cup is being handed to him out of the clouds, but he can't really see it. He's got his eye on the 3 cups here. And this suggests that sometimes, right, and this is very often a thing with love readings and just about any kind of readings, the message will come that it's right under your nose. Why, you're asking the universe for this and that, you're trying to do cosmic orders to get what you want, you're writing it down, giving it to the angels, and they say it's right under your nose. Well, there's 3 cups right under his nose, but right in front of his nose, right in front of his face, is another one here. When we're dealing with cups, it's about longings, desires, the heart's desire, really, at the bottom line, because it's all longings, all desires, and just wishes. It's possible to make a wish when we get a cup card coming up. But generally speaking, it's important to keep thinking positive about it, because what's in front of your face can and will be positive. This is what we mean about visualize and believe. If there's something coming in, Aries, and it's kind of, I'll deal with that another time, I've got this to sort out. No, stop and take a look at this, okay? You'll be aware that it's coming somehow mystically, either out of someone's love or out of the universe. But whatever you're trying to manifest, Aries, isn't too far away, right? I particularly feel this is around affairs of the heart this time. But that is such an important thing, and it plays into all areas of life, really. Sometimes chatting with other readers, and some sort of readers who've gone long in the tooth and old like me will say, I had to keep doing this love reading because this woman had, she'd lost her boyfriend, and it's going to be fine, but she couldn't believe it. And those readings really are quite important, actually. People have been very, very upset by much less than, whether they're in a relationship or not, whether or not it's a good relationship. And it does need to be a good one, It's got to be in our thoughts as we manifest it. So, 4 of Cups energy there. It's pretty close. Visualize, believe, and look. I'm not going to say it's under your nose because we want you to look up and forwards rather than down, okay? But it isn't far away. So tell us more about the 4 of Cups in this reading for the sign of Aries, please, which I am doing in June 2019, but which people can watch whenever they blinking well want. Right, here we go. And we've got Tortoise. You're too fragmented, it says, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. Now, Tortoise isn't in such a tight bind as Kiwi was a second ago. Tortoise has got healing colours all around it, and it's also it's not such a hard border. It looks quite easy to escape, yeah? But the thing is, the colours are all over the place, and they are wonderful colours. It's a beautiful sight to look at. Let's just see if I can go a little bit closer there. Yeah, really nice pastel-y shades, gentle on the eye, but striking and loud and bright. And they could do with being that bit brighter, and that's going to work best, if you do whatever it takes to get grounded. That's what we're saying here. So this, right, is why this guy is actually struggling, and I hadn't seen that until this, but he's looking down at these 3 cups because he's concerned about them for genuine reasons. He needs to put his roots down into the earth, visualize those being okay, and then look up and look forward, okay? Because it is a case of actually, it's not so much breaking out with Tortoise here, but it is, it's making an effort and being aware that you may not be as boxed in by your surroundings as you think. See, Tortoise's head here is well stuck inside the frame, but Tortoise's tail is already out. And Tortoise is a slow-moving creature, so it's not going to be a difficult situation to move on from. You know what I mean, guys. But look, this cup is being really pushed in your face here, and it's really worth taking a look at, magical clouds don't appear with hands sticking out of them, unless there's something pretty good on the table, let's face it. Okay, so let's have the 3rd card, the last card in this spread for the sign of Aries in June 2019, or whenever people are watching. The last card in this spread for the sign of Aries, please. We've got the Empress, we've got the Cups. Where are we going next? And it is the 7 of Wands. Ooh, right. Not quite straightforward. It gets less straightforward by the second, this reading, does it not, friends? Right, the 7 of Wands. Now then, we know there's a battle going on here, and if you're into the tarot, if you've been looking at it for some time, the very basic message of this is that maybe this battle needs to be fought on some level, but it would be possible to let things go. This guy is up above all the other wands here, and he is actually, that's a really powerful position to be in. If we go back to medieval times when the tarot was first thought about and people still lived in Yeah, I think we'd moved on from castles, but people still lived in what would look like a castle to us now. The whole point of that castle idea was if you had people right at the top of the building, leaning over the top wall, that they had advantage, you know, because no amount of, even if you were completely hopelessly outnumbered, they just wouldn't be able to get into the castle if you were bombarding them from the top. So, dear me, that actually sounds rather negative, doesn't it? But it isn't, it's positive because we've got to look at it the other way. Okay, this guy is high and dry and he does not need to concern himself anything like as much as he is with fighting this battle because we have actually got the wands here. It's the 7 of wands, it's so close to the 8 of wands where things are starting to feel complete and things are starting to feel eternal as well. Are we in relationships here, guys? I think we very probably are. And this is, you know, when this happens, I can see other exes, really. I suppose it may be your ex, maybe someone else's ex, but maybe a number of exes which are kind of either pulling on you themselves or just memories of what happened with those people are pulling at you and dragging you back a little bit. You don't have to let that happen, guys. It's about moving forward, Aries. Especially when we get the wands. The wands have very much to do with actually thrusting forward and making things happen, you know. It's alchemy, really. It's taking ideas, it's taking the world as it is and making something extra special of it, which is absolutely amazing. But the 7 of wands there, very powerful. Fire sign energy there. Aries, yourself perhaps, Leo or Sagittarius. And Aries, if you're thinking about dating another Aries, I'd give it a go if I were you, right? I don't think those things are impossible. The star signs are very much what we are and very much we're kind of dyed in the wool with it. But we live in this world and we can make a difference. So tell us more, please, about the 7 of wands in this reading for the sign of Aries. And we have Meerkat. I like meerkats. They are so funny looking. Here he goes, standing up on his back legs. They're looking all around. A very alert character. Could this be a problem? Could it be that this guy is just so alert that it's not doing him any good, eh? He reminds me of my dad, this chap. My dad was always kind of worried about safety and stuff like that. He'd always kind of want to like pull all the plugs out of everything last thing at night, which you needed to in his younger day because electricity was a younger thing and it caught fire. We didn't have the safety we've got now. But he doesn't need to be like that anymore, you know. And so if we're looking at past battles, particularly exes in past relationships, just move on from them, okay? No reason why you shouldn't. Now then, Meerkat, get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. Okay, so for every wand we've got that's doing battle with you, you could change them over and just be around other ones that aren't doing battle with you. Okay, and by those ones I mean other people's thoughts, other people's feelings, those ideas. And because it's fire sign energy, because that could actually be Aries, and it's different fluid energy, different strokes for different folks, of course, but because it's that fire sign thing, I'm actually going to say that could be you, Aries, or it's certainly people very close to your heart. Maybe not just your soul group, but close, your kind of home soul group, if you know what I mean. Okay, guys. Well, thanks very much for watching. That is this week's Aries contribution. I'll be along with yet more readings soon. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, please. Subscribe and tap that bell so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment. I do enjoy sharing the journey. Meanwhile, have a great week and I'll see you soon. Peace.